WWE, as a part of their worldwide takeover, has announced the greatest Royal Rumble of all time. Back in 2011, we were treated to the 40-man participant Royal Rumble. At the time it was announced, I easily was against the fact that they were changing the rules of the Royal Rumble, changing it from 30 to 40 contestants. But I can say honestly, 7 years later, each year, as they start to name the names of the Royal Rumble contestants, I am openly hoping that they increase the number of Royal Rumble participants to 40 again. This match is more than likely never going to see the likes of our eyes here in the United States, for the reason that this Royal Rumble is going to be taking place in Saudi Arabia, a part of the WWE 10-year deal that they signed to be televised in Saudi Arabia. A part of this, with the Saudi General Sports Authority, WWE is going to be pushing into this company, a lot like WWE as well as Impact Wrestling the past few years have been looking to increase the number of eyes as well as the number of wallets that are wrestling fans. Saudi Arabia is a very large market for WWE. In the past, WWE has done shows in the Middle East. These shows basically were, I guess you can say, free shows for WWE, for the fact that they were going there on a guaranteed number of dollars. They weren't having to push hard to sell tickets, although they were helping with the advertising to help with their sponsors. But basically, the sponsor would pay to bring WWE over to put on the show. They then would go on to sell tickets, and it was up to them to make their money back. WWE normally goes to the Middle East over there at least once a year. The number of wrestlers that they're going to be taking in order to compete in a 50-man Royal Rumble seems like it's going to be a very large tour that goes over. Normally when there's overseas tours, it's normally the Raw brand or the SmackDown brand, unless it is the European tour right after WrestleMania. Normally they bring a limited amount of wrestlers in order to fill up normal amounts of house shows. And because they don't do television. But now here, with 50 wrestlers traveling to WWE, this is going to be a very large, very cool match that Saudi Arabia is going to be blessed to be receiving. In the world of the WWE Network, I'm really hoping that WWE finds a way to put this on, even if it has to be live, even if it has to be on tape, even if it just falls into the vault category and they act like, we don't want anyone to ever see this and think that it relates to anything in constant storylines, even though the fact that, the Royal Rumble winner is probably going to be John Cena or Roman Reigns off the top of my head. It's just the way that it works on house shows. Those guys will always go over, and they're going to try to make the biggest star of the company look like the biggest star that is out there. There's no real news to come out of this. If I'm guessing, 50 wrestlers to travel to a house show seems like a lot of wrestlers to be there. I would not be surprised if WWE finds some help, whether if it's bringing in the UK talent, which is going to be sort of cheaper on salary, as well as cheaper on flights to cover cost. More than likely there will be a number of, I guess you can say, Saudi Arabian celebrities or sports stars to help fill up this match. That'll help give a big vibe that WWE is over in the community, as well as that they care about what is going on in Saudi Arabia, much like WrestleMania 2, with the Battle Royal filling up with, I believe, hockey stars as well as football stars. WrestleMania 2 is one of my least favorite WrestleManias of all time. I have not seen that Battle Royal in a long time, but I just remember guys in jerseys, and I don't think they were all wearing football jerseys. I think I remember guys in hockey jerseys, but I'm not sure. The Greatest Royal Rumble is going to be taking place on the next tour that is going to be going out there. They're going to be releasing dates as well as ticket prices and availability sooner than later in the upcoming days. But this is a story to look forward to. I really wish we get to see what goes on in that big match in Saudi Arabia.